Well, hey everybody, it's Paul. Welcome to the channel. I was going to start it off with, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today, but I thought better of it. But it's kind of a sad day for the channel here. It's our beloved Acer laptop bit the bullet, so to speak. I kind of thought it was newer than it was. I kind of thought it was 4 years old. Well, hey everybody, it's Paul and Ben, and we are taking apart a laptop that's totally shown the side how it's like warped, just this part. Look at that thing. That is nuts. It doesn't have a battery that's like easy to remove like most laptops. Oh yeah, show them the bend on the... Can you guys see the hump there? That thing has really got some pressure. It started making some funky noise, yeah, so it won't even close. Look at that. That is nuts. It started making some really funky noises, so we thought, well, it's not new. So, because we can't just take the battery out, we wanted to get the hard drive out. It's got an i5, I don't know. It's got, what did it have, like 8 gigs? Huh?
8 gigs is up.
8 gigs, yeah. Well, maybe it's worth putting a battery in it.
Yeah, that's
so
the battery.
Is that the
right?
battery? Oh man, those suckers are.
Those are
really heaped up. That is bizarre. Usually they're like in a solid, you know.
Christ, I don't know how to get these things off. I think that
so
tree there.
There's like 4.
Jesus.
There's a little screw that fell out. Oh,
Whoa.
did that spark? I think.
What are you talking
Did
about?
it? I think it did. That little screw sparked.
Well, yeah, you dropped it on there, you touched
I didn't
it.
drop it on there. You did.
Whoops.
You come off with a battery.
Whoops.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, yeah, seeing those, I don't know if this thing is...
Well, the problem is the hard drive started making a weird noise.
Yeah, I don't...
So
it might be
terabyte.
damaged. See, I'm thinking that it might be too far gone. Let's take these outside.
I didn't look at the tag when me and Ben were taking it apart. In fact, I was kind of scared. The manufacture date is 7/11/2013 on this. It's a Acer V5 series. Which it was a good one, you know. It had the illuminated keys. It's super thin, right? But what was happening was the plastic was pushing up. See, this is one of those real thin ones that doesn't have a removable battery. So what it had, and I'll cut in a picture if I remember, it had like these little bags that were actually batteries. They looked like little bags. And they looked like they were inflated trash bags, is what they ballooned up, you know. And they were right here. And you couldn't believe how big this was swelled up, you know. Well, I got some video of it, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. We were taking it out because at the time thought, well, maybe you'll just need a new battery. What had happened was the darn thing, it started going to blue screen. I'm like, oh, that's weird, you know. Why is it doing that? You know, try it again, blue screen. I'm like, wow, is the app doing that or something, you know? And then I just started noticing. It's like, oh, that doesn't look right. Why is it all swelled up there? Then I started thinking, well, geez, that's weird. It's hot, you know, getting pretty warm, and the fan's running. I'm like, and then the hard drive's making noise, you know, making this funny noise. And I think the thing had ballooned up and it couldn't expand up. So it was like expanding sideways and pushing against the hard drive. And it was just causing it to go to blue screen then, you know. So I'm like, unplug it right away, you know. Then I'm like, well, I'll take the battery out. Maybe it just needs a new battery. But for sure it needs that. So I haven't looked at how much that would be. But now I'm not sure, like even if I put a new battery in it, has it ruined the hard drive, or any other components? Did they get too hot or smushed? Or even look to see how much a battery is to see if it's worth the gamble. So I guess let me know what you guys would do. Would you gamble putting a battery in it if it wasn't too god-awful expensive? Do you think the rest of the machine? Now I will say, I shut it all down right away, and Ben and I we were talking about it. Then we're like, well, we'd like to get just like some of the last stuff downloaded off of it, like some pictures that didn't get downloaded yet or what have you. So we unplugged it and then we turned it on, and it was running like for 5 minutes, and we were able to get the stuff off that we wanted to. But then you could hear that hard drive starting to act up. So it didn't go to blue screen though. We shut it down finally after that. So it's like, it seems like the chip in that is running good. And do you think the hard drive is bad, or do you think the hard drive was acting up because maybe the voltage on the lipos was funky? I don't know. So I'm open to any ideas. Would you just start from scratch and get a new machine? Would you risk putting, if the batteries aren't too expensive, putting batteries in and trying it? So I'm just open to any input from the community. As always, I appreciate you guys spending some time with me, and either way, I guess I'm going to be spending some money. So, thanks so much for everybody that hits my Amazon, goes to my Amazon link and then goes on to shopping. That all really helps. And, geez. If it's not one thing, it's always another. You ever notice that? I'm not complaining, but I got pretty good use out of it. If it's from 2013, that's what, almost 7 years. So that's pretty good, I guess, for a laptop. Maybe it's time to just get a new one, but those things aren't cheap anymore. But you remember back in the old days, let me just say, if anybody remembers when computers were really changing up all the time, I remember starting when they went to like 286, and then that would be good for about a year, but they were making so much progress in the software and the hardware, he had to keep up. So then the stuff was advancing, so then you got a 386, and then that would last you maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Then you had to get to 486, but every time you didn't mind because it was legitimate progress. I mean, they really changed. Like if you were gaming, it was like, wow, this is awesome, And then graphics cards started coming out. I had one of those Voodoo cards, and then the Pentium came out, and things were really progressing, and it was such an exciting time. But I just wonder if anybody remembers those days. I'm talking, from maybe the 90s, the early 90s, going throughout the 90s, just stuff was really progressing, seemed like fast. I'm sure stuff is progressing now, but it's not like which is kind of good because, like, your old machines can still function, I mean, they're all going to do your email and your browsing and whatever. If you're not doing hardcore gaming, your old machines can keep up pretty good. So I don't know if technology is just, hitting a wall, if they're going to have to solve some problems to leapfrog like things used to be doing or whatever. I'm not sure, but it just seems like in the old days, things were really going so fast. But it's probably because, they can only do so much, and they're going to have to wait for some, new technology to really drive it. But what do I know? I'm just a dinosaur. Well, anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. I always appreciate your thoughts and interaction. Till next time, we'll see you.